In this podcast episode, Mel Robbins explores four pivotal micro choices that occur every day and have a profound impact on our mental well being, motivation, and overall quality of life. These seemingly small decisions can either set us up to thrive or contribute to feelings of struggle and defeat. By unpacking these choices and presenting scientific insights from experts, Robbins shows how simple shifts in behavior and mindset can lead to greater control and positivity in daily life. The episode begins by highlighting the critical moment upon waking, before even getting out of bed, when we make a micro choice. What do we reach for first? Most people instinctively grab their phones, instantly immersing themselves in news, social media, emails, and endless content. This behavior floods the brain with an onslaught of information and stimulation at a vulnerable time, which can derail the entire day. Mel shares the story of her executive producer Tracy, who experienced how just an hour spent in bed scrolling before starting the day ruined her productivity and mood. She emphasizes the danger in reaching for technology first thing, describing it as a hard squeeze on dopamine, the brain's key motivator and reward chemical. By draining this vital mental fuel on low-value stimuli early, we impair our ability to focus, feel motivated, and experience joy later in the day. Renowned psychiatrist Dr. Alok Kanosha, aka Dr. K, explains that dopamine reserves are full in the morning. Using technology immediately depletes this reserve, making subsequent work less rewarding and motivation harder to maintain. Metaphorically, draining dopamine first thing is like squeezing all the juice out of a lemon right away. The rest of the day feels squeezed dry. Robbins encourages choosing alternatives to the phone upon waking, like connecting with a partner, pet, or simply getting sunlight and hydration, to preserve dopamine and set a positive tone. This first mic choice is foundational because it dictates how much mental energy and control you carry into the day. Next, Mel examines how we subconsciously decide whether the day ahead will be good or bad. Most people default to expecting negative outcomes, leading to a self-fulfilling prophecy, where every small setback is amplified and becomes proof that the day is doomed. She describes how one missed moment or delayed task can trigger a cascade of negative thoughts, fueling stress, guilt, and frustration. To counter this, Mel introduces the work of Dr. Aaliyah Crum from Stanford University, whose research demonstrates that mindsets profoundly influence not only emotions and motivation, but also physiological responses. How we view stress, health, or challenges shapes not just our experience, but our body's reactions. Choosing to believe in a good day, even amid stress, difficult bosses, and uncontrollable factors, alters the internal settings of the mind and body. This optimistic stance functions like a tool, allowing us to focus on what we can control, our attitude, boundaries, and energy, and to create positive momentum rather than spiraling into negativity. Robbins stresses that this is not about denial or ignoring hardship. It is a deliberate decision to adopt a mindset that empowers resilience and constructive responses, ultimately transforming the trajectory of your day. The third micro-choice revolves around whether you run your day fueled or on empty. This pertains primarily to nutrition and self-care, but extends metaphorically to emotional and mental energy as well. Despite busy schedules, we often neglect proper fuel, skipping meals or grabbing low-quality snacks, which leads to irritability, anxiety, and difficulty focusing. Drawing on insights from Dr. Nicole LaPera, known as the holistic psychologist, Mel explains how eating protein early in the day helps regulate cortisol, the body's stress hormone, and stabilizes blood sugar, which in turn calms emotions and supports cognitive function. Skipping this vital step leaves the tank empty and the mind on edge. Mel also refers to the Legacy Project by Professor Carl Pillemer at Cornell University. His decades-long research with elders reveals a striking pattern. Many arguments and irritations arise from simple hunger. The antidote to conflict and crankiness can sometimes be as straightforward as having something to eat. By choosing to fuel the body appropriately, especially with protein first thing, individuals enhance their ability to manage stress, interact well with others, and perform effectively. This small choice ripples through all aspects of daily living. The final micro-choice occurs at the end of the day, when fatigue and the demands of others have run their course, leaving a moment of solitude. Here, the question is whether to scroll on your phone or go to sleep. Many fall into the trap of revenge bedtime procrastination, scrolling through social media or news feeds as a way to reclaim freedom after a taxing day. Mel candidly shares her own struggle with this habit, describing the feeling of rebelliousness and control that comes with late-night scrolling, despite knowing it disrupts sleep. This behavior overstimulates the nervous system and delays melatonin production, making it harder to fall asleep and reducing overall rest quality. Studies from Dr. Anne Marie Chang at Harvard show that exposure to light-emitting devices before bed shifts the internal body clock and suppresses sleep hormones. Northwestern University psychologist Richard Boutin adds that using phones in bed trains the brain to associate the sleeping environment with alertness rather than rest, further impairing sleep quality. Robbins advises tucking your phone in by removing it from the bedroom or setting an alarm 30 minutes before bedtime to signify a digital curfew. She recommends engaging in relaxing, phone-free rituals during this wind-down period, such as bathing, stretching, or reading, to cue the brain for sleep. Choosing sleep over scrolling restores energy and mental clarity for the next day and breaks the cycle of exhaustion and distraction. Setting up positive bedtime habits also paves the way to better choices upon waking. Throughout the episode, Mel makes clear that these 4 micro-choices are entirely within individual control and do not require perfection. Missing one choice is not failure, but an opportunity to recommit at the next moment. By becoming aware of these tipping points, what you reach for on waking, your mindset about the day, how you fuel your body, and your bedtime ritual, you reclaim your agency. These decisions act as levers that can shift experiences from overwhelming to manageable, from drained to energized, from reactive to intentional. The episode blends scientific research with practical wisdom, reinforcing that transformation begins with choice, and that those choices start small but compound into profound life changes.